Hello and welcome to Peers Talk. And today we have with us Tarindu Dasanayaka, entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Shout Out Labs. Tarindu, I warmly welcome you to the Peers Talk discussion. And first of all, before starting to our topic today, which is software as a service. That's our general topic and how a business should embrace software as a service, but and also as a country. So before starting, Harindu, I want you to explain about you and give a background about you so that our audience will get to know about you further on this. Over to you, Harindu.
Thank you, Dinishka. So thank you for having me here today. And I'm Tarindu Dasanayaka. So I'm the founder at Shout Labs. At Shout Labs, we are building SaaS products, especially in the customer experience domain. So we started in the company in 2016 with a product called, obviously called Shout Out. That was our first product, which is SMS campaign management tool. Where we want businesses to help on sending personalized SMSs, personalized communications to their customers. And we have expanded our product portfolio over the last few years to conversational AI solution, and also we have a loyalty management solution as well. So all of these solutions we are offering as a software as a service model. So that's the basis of our business model, and that's what we are doing at Shout Labs basically. So yeah, so that's about me and what we do.
Yes, Tarindu, we are looking forward to get some insightful aspect of business of doing SaaS products. And to start out, what do you think about software as a service? What SaaS is all about?
Right. So if we talk about in simple terms, software as a service, let's break down the software. Software as a software. I mean, is what we use for a computer program we use to get something done. So if we day to day we are using several software tools. So specifically, if you are talking about the SaaS, so SaaS is a software as a service which where we can access the software through internet. So if I go to my browser, so then I can access the software, I can use the software. So basically, I can access through an internet, but the solution is hosted somewhere else. In a cloud service, we say. So then I can access this software without I manage the software myself. Somebody else is managing the software, and I access through the internet. So that's in simple terms. That's what SaaS is.
Yeah, so and also I think to differentiate SaaS from the typical kind of software install service, I would say SaaS would it's going to be a third party like your company would have hosted and then give the users access to the service. So typically, if you see typical kind of a software work, if a company wants to get a service, or if they want a software, they would install in their local servers or local computers to get the service.
Yes.
So in the software as a service platform, or it's a software distribution mechanism, what happens is a service provider like you would host it in your servers and give access via internet through a subscription based model, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Right. So in further going to it, Tarun, you mentioned that access via internet through the software that you provide. So it's built by you. It's all software it's in your servers. Now, can you explain the economic model? I assume that I, as a business person, wants to get a service. One should look at whether I should build and deploy in my own servers, or should I get access of a SaaS model where I'll be able to pay service provider and get it. So, what's your mechanism, or how do you see the economic model works for a business perspective?
Okay, great. So if we take traditionally, like when we started using software, so most of the large corporates, even small corporates as well, so they want to actually build software to automate things. So then what they did was probably like talk to a software builder and try to build that solution specifically or customizable way to that specific business use case. So that's how the software was built initially, and then there were certain software the companies actually build specific software products as well. Let's say the ERP. So then I can get a software, I can get a license, and I can install in my in my computer, in my servers, and then I can use the software as well. So this is how traditional software was built, and then when SaaS came into the play, so without as a company, I build a product for my specific use case, then I actually use already built software, which actually caters my business use case. Then I pay a subscription and I use the solution. So how it actually differs from a traditional model and the SaaS model is then I don't actually uh, build the product from the scratch, or I don't get a license from a software provider. Instead, I actually use the product which is already built. When we're actually using a traditional software, sometimes we have to do our, if I have installed in my computer or my servers, then I have to do maintenance by myself, or I have to pay somebody to do the maintenance. And also it's not a scale, sometimes it's not scalable. Like if I get a very high volume, then I have to think about how can I actually scale the software to care that. So those are the things that I have to always take care of about building a software for myself or hosting a software by myself. So to avoid these things, we can actually use a SaaS solution. So I just pay a subscription based on my usage, so I don't need to actually break the bank to buy a software. I can actually pay for my usage. Sometimes there can be no setup fee as well, so I can just sign up for a service and I can uh, pay a subscription and I can use the software. So that's how simply a business can get benefit. The other thing also, even when we see these, when we talk to large corporates, they used to build these softwares from the scratch. And
Yeah.
also sometimes they actually hire IT teams to build software for themselves. But that model also getting failed because these softwares that they build are not continuously innovating. Let's say now there are a lot of trends coming in, so they can't actually adapt. So all these softwares are getting obsolete, and also sometimes they actually pay a lot of money to maintain this software, or even server bills are very high. Then also the teams they are managing, they are paying a lot of money to manage these things. And ultimately, they can't do the innovation. It's not they can't do innovation fast as well. So that's another reason, rather than the cost or the maintenance benefit, they also actually lose that opportunity to innovate. So going for a SaaS software, they can easily innovate and they can adapt to the latest trends, and they can only focus on their business issues or business goals rather than maintaining the software. So that's the beauty of adapting to a SaaS solution.
Right. Very interesting this point, Taridu. Innovation and maintenance cost. I think that's because when you specialize as software developers from your end, if you are into SaaS development, so your whole
Mm.
focus would be to maintain and also to innovate, improve. So I think
Yeah,
when someone uses a SaaS product rather than, as you said very correctly, that is one key point I think enterprise should consider whether
yeah,
they would build or go for a SaaS product.
yeah,
And
definitely.
and interesting thing, like before this whole discussion happened, we had a pre-discussion where
Mhm.
you said we as a country should focus on SaaS in terms of
Mhm.
IT sector. So very interesting. I want to ask that question. You know, why you think SaaS is important for Sri Lankan IT sector?
Okay, great. So we talk about why businesses should adapt to the SaaS solutions. And also, I think as a country, as software developers and as entrepreneurs, I think we should build SaaS as well. Obviously, SaaS is a good business model, and also I think if we look at the economic model here, we actually build a software and then we charge a subscription fee to use that solution. So if we are building a product, then we actually charging a subscription fee from the customers to use that solution. So as a country, we are actually building software for last 2 to 3 decades in Sri Lanka. So primarily we are focusing on building software services. Like we actually popular, or we are known as a outsourced destination, and most of these our neighboring countries also actually doing the same thing as well. So primarily our software development industry is based on as a service-based industry, where we build software for companies. So even mostly it's for foreign companies, we build software. So when we actually scaling a software service company, the scaling part is actually the human effort. Like we are scaling our teams, and we scale our like to scale a company, to scale our revenue models, then we have to scale our team. So that's the model, that how the service model works. So when it comes to a SaaS solution, so we build the software once, and then when we scale the software, when the revenues, when the growth happens, we don't need to actually scale the team in a big way. Sometimes even small teams can actually build a large scale product. Even not maybe the product is not big, but still the revenue growth or the growth of the product can be very huge. I mean, it can be huge, but the small can actually maintain a whole thing. So as a country, that's what I think. So we have the talent, we know how to build a software, and we build it for others. Like we build it for the customers, and so why not we actually ourselves, and why don't we build software solutions which we can sell to many other people and as subscriptions, and then actually that would help to upscale our economy as well. So the point is, like, we can actually build software without scaling to big teams, but actually like large scale products we can build from here with small teams. So that's why I think SaaS is a very good business model that we can look at as a country. And also I'll give example here as well. So if we look at our neighboring countries, so they are the largest outsourced destination globally. Like they are the largest software exporter. Uh, and if we look at the last few years, like your last decade, they're actually emerging as a product nation. So they are promoting companies, entrepreneurs to build solutions. So there are now unicorns are actually born in India. So there are I think around more than 40 unicorns in SaaS industry also in India. So so even they are the largest outsourced destination, but they are also actually going as a product nation. So I think we should follow the same, and we can build these software products to the global market.
Very interesting insight, Taridu. And to move on to another area of discussion, now what do you think of trends that are available in SaaS, software distribution model? Any trends that you see
Mhm.
in global context?
Mhm. Okay.
Do you find, yeah,
Um, yeah. So if I take like as an entrepreneur and as a software builder, so the trends that we can look at mainly, I think everyone talk about AI. So definitely AI is actually changing how the people are using SaaS as well. So if we take a look at on the AI can actually help in different ways. One aspect is a business use case. Let's say based on your product, SaaS product. So AI can help to enhance the features. Let's say if I'm doing a CRM, then I can use AI to enhance my CRM features. I can use to enhance the customer segmentation or profiling. So those are the things that I can use AI to enhance my business use case. And other than that, we can also actually change the user experience also through AI. So when ChatGPT was introduced last year, so they actually changed the whole user experience. So I can actually write something and then I can get it done. So with the text, I can get something done. So these things also we can actually adapt to SaaS solutions. So as an example, if we take Zapier, Zapier is a tool where I can build uh, certain workflow automations. So previously, I had to go through a process where I can connect applications, I can build a workflow. So I had to go through few steps to build a workflow. But I saw now they have actually introduced, I can type what I want to automate, then it will do it for me. So likewise, the user experience has been changed. So even the SaaS interface, the user experience will be changed with AI. So these are the trends that we have to look out, and definitely AI is a big aspect in the SaaS industry. And also, I think no-code solutions are also getting very popular as well. Especially now, with no-code solutions, we can actually build full-fledged SaaS solution. Most of the people like software builders actually do not like to build to software with a no-code, but I think no-code has come a long way. So we've actually tried building products with Bubble. I mean, it was really success as well. We can actually build even some sort of a complex products with no-code tool like Bubble, and also we used tools like Webflow to build our website, and even we used make.com to automate like build some integrations. So these are things actually very easy with no-code solutions. So even if there are non-techie who wants to build a SaaS solution, so they don't worry actually to find a developer. They can actually build with no code. So I think no code also is something that we have to look at, and it's also changing the complete SaaS industry completely.
Very interesting, Tan. So that in summary, you said two trends, which is usage of AI and its
Mhm,
impact on the entire SaaS workflows, and also the no-code approach to
mhm.
SaaS development and I think SaaS deployment. Also, do you all use no-code entire softwares for the deployment? Also, is it just for the validation? No code.
No, no, actually, if you take an example of Bubble, so we have a good experience with Bubble now. So it's actually entire life cycle of the software we can manage through the no-code solution. Is from the building the solution, testing to deployment. So you don't need to actually go to another hosting service. It's provide everything under the same product, and also we don't need to pay a big amount to host the service. It's starting from I think $30 a month. So I don't need to pay for any other service. Then I can get everything done from that. And when the product scale, I can scale with the same
Interesting.
service. Yeah,
Tanule,
definitely.
I'm thinking it's like a platform as a service of another software. It's a
Yeah,
platform, right? So you build something on top on that, a software as a service,
yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah.
right? So I think we have another discussion that we are trying to focus on a platform as a service. So on that, I
Mhm.
think this can be connected further on that. And to basically, you said, look, the trends are different. Whoever who
Mhm.
like listen to this conversation, if someone
Mhm.
wants to develop a SaaS product, right? What is your
Mhm.
advice? I want your insightful information as to one how one should look into SaaS product, and as you said, if it's doable, why not?
Yeah, definitely. So I think SaaS has no difference because if you're building something as a business, anyway, anyway, we are building a business, like, so we have to go through the basics, right? So
Yeah,
I think uh, the first thing is we have to find a good problem to solve. So that's the first thing, like we have to find a problem to solve. So that's then we can see whether we can actually build a software service around it. And so first thing would be once you find a problem, then you can validate. So even problems, we actually find a lot of things that we can actually automate day-to-day life, which can be automated through software. So that can be an opportunity when you're looking at problems. And then once you find a problem, so we have to narrow down what is our target market for this problem. Who is actually facing this problem? It is a big enough problem to solve. So then we can talk to these customers. We can narrow down this customer segment, and then we can find out our early customers. Probably those early customers might be your friends that you can talk immediately and get feedback. And then you can reach out to these early users and try to validate this problem. So validation is very important rather than just you are going ahead with the building the solution. So then you can select your tech stack. What is your tech stack for the MVP? Even before building MVP, once you validate the problem, if you can show there's your MVP, like whatever trying to build to your early customers and get their feedback. That is a good way as well before jumping into the building MVP. So MVP stands for minimal viable product. So we build a product with minimal features that can actually you can validate the solution further. So I would suggest for MVP, no code is a really good solution because we can get a product out there in a very fast manner. Like even within 3 to 4 weeks, we can actually get a good MVP out there with no code solution rather than spending months with a coding. So that's a good way that we can validate. And once you have this product out there, then you can actually go to these talk to the early users, and then you can see how they're using, whether they actually willing to pay for these solutions. So if the people actually willing to pay, then your idea is validated already. So if you can get some dollars from your customers, then almost your idea is validated. So that's a basic flow that you can follow, and after that you can think how you can actually get from 0 to 100 users, and then how you can scale from there. So that's a different thing. But to get started, you can actually follow this flow. I think there's another popular way that you can actually validate your ideas called lean canvas. So you can actually look at lean canvas as well to validate your idea. Yeah, so it's a pretty much similar doing other business as well. Only thing is like maybe your tech stack can be changed, but as a building a business, you have to follow the same basic.
Right. Tarinder, like to summarize your approach, I would say that find a big problem and then validate it
Yeah.
and find a person who actually gonna pay that product, right?
Mm.
And strategies to get from 0 to 100, and also to have a minimum MVP, a minimum viable product. So can you like in terms of using this whole work in Canvas model, can you say tools that you can a person who wants to look into SaaS product development, tools that they should use, that they would be having certain direction as to where they should develop and something like that. If you can provide insightful idea about that.
Yeah, I think as I said, lean canvas is a very good model to adapt. So if somebody is want to search about lean canvas, they can find a lot of resources out there in the internet on the internet, and you can follow that. So that can be a very good model to follow. And when you're actually building a software, you can look at tool like Bubble, as I said, like to build MVP. It has a bit of a learning curve if you are new to software, like tools or building a software, then probably it can be there will be a learning curve, but still it's worth that you can if you can learn, then you can or else if you have some funds to invest, then you can actually find a developer to build that initial version for you. So those are few tools that you can actually use, and obviously there are tools that you can actually use for validations, like the form solutions and all out there. But I think uh, main thing would be lean canvas if you can follow. That's a good way to start.
Interesting. And with that, we are going to wrap up our today's peers talk discussion. And I am so much grateful to Tarindu for coming and explaining all these things, insightful information, and I really appreciate your time. And a good friend of mine, long time, we have been friends. And this whole peers talk discussion is to have a discussion, to share insightful information that we can grow as a community, and that's the purpose of peers talk. And thanking again Taridu for coming, and we'll hope to meet with another session like this. Thank you.
For sure. Thank you, Deviska, for inviting me, and all the best for your podcast as well. Yep. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.